Hello everyone, I will be your demo. You can just call me Hilin. Well, this semester we are going to start with data structure, so make sure you familiarize yourself by using your own editor. Most of you, I believe, will be using NetBeans, so make sure you know shortcuts such as how to move the text around, how to duplicate them, etc. You can search it online. Other than that, you can set up your environment by setting it into dark theme. You can change the font size. You can do whatever you want by going to tools, options, and setting up your environment. Alright. Well, let's start with our first question. Our lab programming fundamental. Question 1. Our task is to write a letter to myself. To the lecturer, Dr. Hiro, for a group. In part 1, we will introduce ourselves, an example as below. Alright, create a text file introduce to the lecturer, name the file, my name, metric number. The content can be adapted, okay. However, you're free, alright, write directly on the notepad and save it. Create a program to read the file. Display the content of the file in the output console. Now let's have our project. To start the project, just click new project, Java with Ant, then next. Write the name you want. Is there any specification? Yes, I think yes. You should specify the project name as read my letter, then your metric number. Wow, this is a wrong example. Let me try a new one. Read my letter. Metric number, WF. This is my metric number. So make sure you choose the correct project location. For me, I have my project location in the document, then development, then NetBeans project. Well, I will click finish. It will generate a new project for me. So this is my main file. After that, I create a notepad. So we need to create a text file within our source folder. Go find your source folder over here. Point to the project. So as you know, it will be at the NetBeans project. So go find the NetBeans project. For myself, it will be read my letter. Click the source folder, then create a new text file. What's the name of the text file again? My name and metric number. Sure. My name will be Hilin and metric number. Yes. Open it, then just copy. Alright. Thursday, March. Yes, it's today. My name, if you would like to know my full name, it will be, my surname is Choi. Metric number, WF19 something. I'm majoring in software engineering. Okay, cool. SE. This is my, well, second time attending this as a demo. At the moment, I'm feeling excited. Even though I can't join the classes today, I wish you enjoy the class. This is because this will cause emotion. Yup, anything. Acquire the grade for previous programming 1 course. Well, A plus. It's not too bad, yeah. So I think I can manage to get, well, as a demo, I don't need to get any grade here. Well, in order to do well, my target will be, I hope you can learn something, at least efficiently from me. Wish me luck. Save it. Create a program to read the file, display the content. In the NetBeans, you need to have a way to read the file. If you remember, you will need your file reader. I have my code here. Let me copy it, then paste it here. Okay. Is there any bug? Yeah, I should highlight them all. After that, change the name. Let me refactor it. Rename. Cannot refactor library class. Should I rename this to, okay, how about the name? Refactor, rename, read my letter. Yes, correct. Can I do that? Yeah, I'm not sure why having this issue. Let me create another file. Read my letter. Copy this. And paste it here. Duplicated class. Yes. Let me delete this. Yep, it works. So first, you need to read the file. This is my file name. As you can see from the source file, helin.ref. It should be exactly the same so that you can read the file. File store is same level as the source file. Yes. Create an object of file reader based on the file name. After that, instantiate the buffer reader. You should have a string to hold the data. Then keep reading line by line until it equal to null. When it is equal to null means that you reach the end of the file. After that, close. Remember to close the stream because you are reading something from the text file. Scanner will be another part. Well, let's try this out. Run the file. Let's see, error when reading file. The system cannot find the file. Alright, there's something wrong over here. What should I do? Is there a package here? helin.ref text file. Maybe I should move it to the source package. Default package. helin.ref. helin.ref 190009 text. Did I do something wrong? Let me try to move it here and run it again. Cannot find the file specified. Alright, what's wrong with the file? Let me move it back. In such cases, because over here we are trying to use relative path, which means you point to the file name relative from the source folder. But seems that this doesn't work, not sure why. But another method will be using absolute file path. Absolute means you point to the file based on the whole path. So over here you copy the path, then paste it. So remember, in Windows people are using this is // over here, while in other operating system like Mac and so on, they're using / oh sorry, that will be / while other operating system using /. So in Windows it will be the reverse. So let's try to read this out. I'll run it. Okay, cool. It works line by line. Okay, second part of the letter. What is this? Let's see. You will append your letter with a second part letter, date by the day of last lab session on Thursday. Okay, about 3 months from now. Assuming you fast forward, how have you performed in the class? Are you happy? What has you learned? Is there any change? Well, these are the questions. Write the second part of the letter using the input from the console. To do this, modify your program above, importing a scanner class to read input from the keyboard, which you learned from last semester. Your description outline should be appended to the first part of your letter. Display the content in the output after this. The final letter, something like this. This is question 2, so ignore it. So well, let's see our second part of the code. Second part of the code will be start with the scanner, system in. This is the standard library of Java. You need the input stream so that you put it into the scanner. Alright, print something out, get a line. Alright, what should I write? Before that, it will output the file into the file name. True means that you're going to append the file instead of going to override it. Let's see if this is correct. File name SEA. Let's try Java. File writer. Make sure to check out the documentation or other, for example, the British School, Java T tutorial points. We're going to find the constructor. Over here, boolean append, to see if you want to append to the file. So over here we choose yes, because the question requires us to append it. So you append it, use the buffer writer to write it. After that, close the stream. So let's try to type something. How have you performed? Are you happy? What's learning taught you? Okay, what I wish will be, maybe let's try with I want to be a demo with excellent teaching skill. Okay, alright, after the user input, print it out. So over here you read the file using the same file name. So make sure you store the file name over here so you can use it over and over. Buffer reader after append, this will just be the name, and this is the class, the constructor. Put the file reader inside, then read it out as above. The same thing, after this, close it. Over here, we will need to cache the error. As you can see, we put the whole thing inside the try block, followed by the cache block. When something goes wrong inside the try block, it will throw the error. We call it throw the error. Then this block will cache the error. It will cache it as an exception, the class exception, and the reference variable will be E. Then you print out something, error while reading file line by line. Well, this is quite, I would say, just an assumption because there might be something causing the error. Well, I think should be no, so that's why putting over here error while reading file line by line, because maybe you can't find a file. Yeah, you can't find a file, then that is not an error when you're reading file line by line because you can't even find it. Maybe you can just arrow, then print the error out, because this object will come with some standard method for you to get the message. So you can just e.getMessage, then you will know what's the error inside. For example, just now I know my error, I can't find the file, so I need to work on it. So make sure to print something out so that you know what's wrong, so that the catch block can help you to catch it, then you can debug your file easier. Well, this is the first question. Let's try with this part. Well, alright, settle. Easy peasy. Question 2. Write a program to read a text file, namely text1.txt. Has a sequence of characters are delimited, means separated by special character. Alright, calculate the number of characters retrieved without special character. Display all character without special character. Here are the two things you need to do. Modify your program to perform 1A and 1B above on text 2, text 3, text 4. Alright, this is the simple task you need to do. How to split or separate them. Actually, there will be two methods for this question. The first one, we will be using string tokenizer. String tokenizer is a class introduced by Oracle, as you can see in the documentation. Allow an application to break a string into tokens. Tokenization much simpler than the one used by the string tokenizer. Okay, ignore it. What is this? But there's something doesn't, maybe not so perfect for this class. Does not distinguish among identifier, numbers, and quoted string. Well, let's try to look into our code. So first, same thing, you need to start another project. So here is my code, the code provided. Start with the string file name, text1.txt. Read the file, file reader, buffer reader, line, counter, because you need to count the number of token. Well, the same thing as just now. Question 1, there's two approach. The first approach, split by comma using string tokenizer. So here is the string tokenizer. You initialize the object, then put the line inside it, then specify the delimiter. Let the string tokenizer know which delimiter do you want to specify so that it can help you to tokenize the whole string. While the st2 string tokenizer having more element, let it print out, then plus plus, add on the number of character. After that, print the number of character out. Over here, we try another approach because we are under the same while loop. You can just split it using the delimiter, then counts, because the method split are going to accept a regex pattern, regex, which allow you to split the string in specific patterns. In Java regex or other programming language, sometimes you will need these patterns, powerful searching pattern, allow you to split or search some string. So it will help you to split using this delimiter into an array of string. Just get the length of the array, you will know the amount of the token, then print each element out. Then at the end, close the buffer reader. This is the code. Well, let's try it out. Run it. Okay, something wrong over here. The system cannot find the file again. Well, what's wrong? Because we forgot to include it in our project. So let's go find NetBeans project, DSLab1, into the source folder. Well, I have nothing over here. We should copy the text file, highlight it, then put it inside. Just create a new text1, right? Oh, save it, then run it again. Alright, same thing happening again because we need to specify the absolute path. Sorry about that. Let us copy it, then add another backward slash, then save it and run again. Well, it works. Seems that everything works perfectly. You need to split them and print them out without the delimiter and count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Success. Okay, there's a typo here. Yup. This is the first part of the question. The next part will be need to perform the same thing on another 3 files. So save the file. Save it. Text2. Text3. Who are you over here? Save. Lastly, this text4. Okay, done. Well, the code will be, you should save it in another file using another file. The file name as shown, text1.txt, text2.txt, text3. As we know the problem, we should save the path of the whole program. Then we append it, because we don't want to append everything over here, because programmers, we shouldn't do any repetitive tasks. We let the machine do that. Well, copy the path, paste it here. You're going to have 2 backward slash as well. So have our path, append it with the file name. So let's see, do we use any file name? Alright, maybe I don't want the path over here because it's just printing out the name. Okay, I have my path here. Yeah, cool. These are the two approach. We make it into method so that we can just call it instead of writing it, putting the whole line over here, which is clunky and not clean. So let's start. Let's run the program. Well, seems like we got no error. So the first thing, splits, okay. Line 2 accomplishment using the split, okay. These are the first case. Focus, number of character focus. Well, seems like it doesn't work on another file. Why? Am I calling the right Java file? Reading file from. Yeah, I don't think this is correct. Let me run it again. Reading file from. Is it running the correct file? Run. I would like to run this file. DS output. Yep, it works. It split the number. So let's start with the second case. Yeah, the second case is asking us to separate by comma and space. There's a comma and space. So in our code, our delimiter should be a comma and a space. The next case, separate by semicolon and space. The fourth case, separate by numbers, plural. So well, semicolon and space and numbers. This is one of the application of regex because this thing represent the numbers. D means digit. Over here, you would like to escape because every time you use a backward slash. Okay, is it a backward slash? Yes, correct. Sorry about that. Backward slash, it will escape the character after it. Since in Java you're going to use the backward slash as a special character, means you want to escape something, so you need to escape the backward slash because you want the string of the backward slash. You want it. So over here, these two, actually the string will be just having once backward slash and then the D plus. This will be the actual string because the backward slash escape and another backward slash. Okay. We store it into array because different file need different delimiter. Well, the same thing. File reader, buffer reader, counter, read until the end. There's two approach. Over here, when the file equal to the third, because over here the I representing the index. At the fourth element, the text 4, we are going to use the number delimiter, which cannot be applied on the tokenizer approach. As you can see in the documentation, cannot distinguish identifier numbers and quoted string. I believe over here it refer to the number. Well, another thing is there are some suggestion from the documentation. String tokenizer is a legacy class that is retained for compatibility reasons, although discouraged in the new code. So unless the question specify, you shouldn't try the string tokenizer out. Instead, use the split method in our Java utility regex package. So well, for other methods, try the split approach out. So I believe over here, if I comment this out, it should work, because split approach should work for the any other method. Let's see, split, yeah, oops, maybe I should run the file using this method. Yes, so here are the case. You can just use the split methods as you wish instead of using the tokenizer approach. Well, I think tokenizer approach only apply to the first three cases. Alright, this is the end of the second question.